Epic Gaming Night is made possible by the support of patrons like you. Welcome to the Epic Gaming Night podcast, about the stories and relationships board games create. And with me, as always, is Matt.
Hello.
And Rob.
Yep.
Rob's not feeling it. He's like,
No,
Rob was posting sad videos on our Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
The violin music. It's so funny because I've been like, season finale or Epic Gaming Night finale, and just get a whole bunch of boo comments. Like, no, boo.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Tim's like, you guys are finishing? I had no idea. I'm like, come on, get out of here, Timothy. Psh.
He's been bad for the internet.
Well, this is our finale episode, and we're going to have lots of awesome guests. Last week was kind of like our recap of Epic Gaming Night, talking about memories and where we started and a bunch of fun things like that. This week, we're going to be having a bunch of guests we've had on the show in the past coming back on, and just a bunch of friends coming on to talk shop and have fun with us. And I know a bunch of us, or some of us, are in prep for Gen Con, so that'll be interesting as well. But yeah, anybody who is maybe being added on, if they want to jump in to the chat too, maybe we can talk there a little bit easier than talking over Skype, because I can't really change or type in Skype without messing up the overlay. Whoop! So,
Whoop, whoop.
so yeah, so how's it going with you guys?
Man, it's going good, man. It's going good. It's been a good week. Getting work done, getting some projects done, excited for the future and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, for sure.
How about you guys?
Oh man, I'm prepping for Gen Con, and prepping for Gen Con when you work at the Dice Tower means making sure you're a week ahead on everything. And I also have to prep for all the stuff that's going on at Gen Con. I'm super excited. So it's gonna be fun, but definitely stressful. But I'm excited to be able to talk to all the people tonight too.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have fun at Gen Con. I don't see how it could be more crazy stressful than Dice Tower Con. Like this time, maybe.
Well, the cool thing was Dice Tower Con, I didn't have to prep videos ahead of time. Gen Con, Tom's like, no, we're not taking a break. It's just the biggest convention you're probably going to go to this year, but no. Just do all the videos ahead of time. No, it's fine. No, it was good. It was good. What about you, Matt? How's things going? I know you got a lot of life changes going on.
Yeah, it's fine. Waking up at 4 is new and interesting and not great. But you live, you learn, you get better at it.
Well, that's changing too, right? I bet.
Benjamin.
Hopefully.
Hype. Benjamin said, the last episode is the first I see live. It's like 3 a.m. over there. I'm so excited. Chat is hopping. We got a bunch of people
he's obviously
in here.
somewhere in Europe.
I'm telling everybody, join in for tonight because it's gonna be.
Everybody get in here. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now I'm scrolling backwards and it's gonna show everybody that I'm scrolling backwards. Awesome. Cool.
Man, everything's been great, man. It's been a fun show. You guys realize, has it been over 4 years we've been doing this thing?
It's been a while.
It has, yeah, basically over 4 years.
It's been like 4 years.
4.5.
I've been doing this show almost as long as I've lived in the state.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because, I mean, you were just meeting new board gaming people, and that's kind of how we met, right?
Yeah.
You're like taking a chance on these meetups and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I was here right around 2 years, and then all of a sudden we started the show. But I met you like after my first year of being here, and then within a year later we started the show.
My mom's.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Matt, be on your best behavior. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Mom,
awesome if
let
you were
us
just
tell
like,
you about your son.
I'm just kidding.
No, man. So, man, it's been a lot of fun.
It's definitely been a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun. This is man. What are we gonna do now with all this extra free time? This extra hour is just gonna like blow my mind with all this free time that we're gonna have now in our lives.
Well, that was part of the thing, right? It's like, oh my goodness, I gotta rush home, do this thing and that. I mean, we were consistent with this podcast.
We were.
Especially here recently, it was slipped a little bit, but that's obviously because we got a lot of life things going on. But for the longest time, we did it for 4 years, and we have over 200 podcasts.
I think we missed less than 5 shows in all 4 years.
Right. Every single week. Guys. Hype.
Hey, people are having an issue on YouTube. Isn't showing up in their subscription list. I had to do the same thing, and I just hit refresh, and then it showed up. That it came in. It would not be an EGN show though if we did not have some type of technical difficulty.
I'm pretty sure that's not on our end at all. That's 100% YouTube, and that's just the way YouTube works. Is it doesn't push it to people. So we just know that Adam doesn't watch enough of our videos. Yeah, right. Adam's the only one that watches our videos. Oh, dude, I released that hot sauce video, and everybody's like, "Roy, crazy hair," and I'm just like, "That was like a couple years ago."
Yeah.
So the juxtaposition of it coming out like 2 years after we recorded it, or more, 2 years? Yeah, it was about 2 years after we recorded
our faces when we did that. Yeah. Oh, I rewatched it a couple times myself, and
my favorite is when you're like, I think Roy's like throwing up right now, and it's like, nah, he's fine, and you're like, no, he's throwing up. I'm like, I was throwing up.
Well, and see, also what you released was the edited version.
Yeah.
There's an unedited version where we can definitely hear noises.
Oh yeah, the unedited version is just like a giant gap in that space because I was gone for quite a while.
Yeah.
And of course, Adam's just in chat going, "Roy's dead."
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hype. Do we want to just like bring in everybody, or do we want to bring in one person at a time? What does chat say? Should we bring in some guests? Got lots of awesome people waiting in the wings to join in. I don't want to make everybody wait too long.
You know what? Because I know some people have got to like bounce in and out, and I know Josh is like, his is depending on signal and stuff like that. So what if we just did like everybody, but if as they had to go, they can just go.
Yeah, that works.
Type of a thing.
Well, I will.
Fill the room. Go gadget guests.
Go gadget guests. We'll see how this looks.
Unleash the Kraken all at once and do a werewolf game. Man,
dude, I remember that. That was so much fun. It's pretty much that crew too. Let me fix this up.
Minus Mark.
So this is gonna look interesting while I try to make it fit properly. Need a little bit more space. Do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you will, Adam. Adam is a great great MC if you ever need anybody to run a werewolf game for you.
The most
just kind of fly by the seat of your pants.
I've got a bunch of people in here that I didn't invite to this. Should I just add them into? I'm just kidding. Listen, if you ever were contacted by Epic Gaming Night Skype, you're now being added to the call.
Yeah, I just saw a clown face.
Well, that's Flip. He's a board game media. I mean, it's all board game people. Emerson, what's up?
Hey guys.
If anybody doesn't know,
hello.
Emerson Matsuchi, the designer of Spectre Ops, and I like your shirt.
And the whiteboard in the background.
Oh yeah. You guys see that?
Yeah. Solid.
Sweet. You ready for Gen Con, man?
I'm ready. I think.
Well, you don't have much time.
Yeah, it's Thursday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it starts Thursday, yeah. When are you getting there, Roy?
I am flying out at 8 tomorrow, which means I have to get up at 5 a.m. to drive to the airport. And we're going to get in, like, middle of the day Tuesday. Or, yeah, Tuesday afternoon. And start setting up the booth and stuff. If they'll let us. If our pallets are there. Because our stuff all arrives with cool stuff.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Yeah. Emerson Matsuchi.
How you
The
doing, Rob?
sweetest, one of the most creative people ever. If you're alive when I'm dead, read my eulogy. I think everybody will be okay.
That took a dark turn there, Rob.
Like, I think a couple people might be sad,
write
but
that
I
in
think
your
after you
will.
reading it, they'd be like, you know what? It's okay. Thanks, Em. Thanks, Emerson.
Read my eulogy is in Rob's will.
Yeah.
Rob's will.
It could be. I've got to change some stuff in my will, so yeah, it could be.
Awkward phone call one day. Hello?
Oh my goodness. I remember the first time we met Emerson.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah.
about on the podcast last week.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Because Emerson's like, I know you guys.
I know you
I know
guys.
you guys.
Yeah.
Rory and I talked about, like, we were so giddy for, like, the rest of the trip. You remember Emerson? Man, yeah, he's the guy who does these games. Yeah, he knows. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Crazy stuff. So how you been, sir? Are you excited? Is Metal Gear Solid, it's for demo only, right? At Gen
That's
Con?
correct. Yeah, it's for demo only.
Okay.
I need to actually demo that because I keep being like, yo, I want to play your game, and we never end up playing it. We just end up playing prototypes.
Well, I do have the prototype of it. I'll
But
probably
that's
bring it.
paper.
It is.
I guess
Well,
it's
Emerson,
basically
I have
all
a question
paper, right?
for you.
It's all paper, and the beauty of it is that if I tell people it's Metal Gear Solid, most people won't believe it because it just looks like garbage.
Emerson was telling me,
Okay.
didn't you say that you accidentally left one of your prototypes out in your hotel room and the housekeeper like threw it away because she thought it was trash?
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I had it on napkins, so I had a whole bunch of just crumpled up napkins with notes on it and stuff like that.
That
That's how the
sounds like our
professionals do
Crossfire
it.
game at that restaurant at Gen Con.
So now I have to print stuff, so
Okay.
it's just one step above trash.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, I'm going to add
Emerson.
in some more people.
Got a question for you. Why he's adding people?
Sure.
What is your favorite EGN memory outside of cursing at Matt Robbins?
Oh, I can't. That was. I was gonna.
I mean, if that, you can include that. If that's what you want, you can include that one.
Howdy.
Let's see.
Oh,
Well,
Colin's with us.
Last time I met you guys.
Isaac Vegas here.
Colin,
Hello.
what's up, man?
Hello.
Oh,
Hi, how are you guys?
Really good. How are you? I
Can you
thought you were on
see me?
vacation this week.
Me? No.
Isaac, you're not coming to Gen Con?
I am not coming to Gen Con. This is going to be my first Gen Con I have not attended in 9 years?
Wow.
About 8 years?
Oh.
Something like that. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I don't have any new releases coming out of Gen Con this year, and I have a lot of writing to do on my current project. So I need to stay home and be glued to a typewriter the entire time. I do all of my writing through typewriters now. I'm just kidding.
Are you making a noir
So, yeah.
game? That would be very thematic if you were.
Yes, I am making a noir game, and I'm making each individual copy for
The labor of love for the rest of your life.
every single one is only 3 letters long.
Gen Con's not going to be the same without Isaac there. I was telling Jerry that I'm going to have to send a hug home with him because me and Rob remember like the first time we went to Gen Con together, and you had just come on the podcast recently before that, and like we went up to you and you're like, oh, Roy and Rob from Epic Gaming Night, and you gave us a big hug, and it always stuck with us. Like, oh man, Isaac was so encouraging this whole time.
I requested a mechanical Isaac to be put at the booth, and they refused to allow that into the budget. So we'll see what they come
with
up
all the
with.
things that Asmodee can pull off, you think they could at least have like Isaac cyborgs by now.
Oh my gosh, it's horrifying.
That's awesome.
Well, cool beans, man. Isaac was our very first ever big guest, and our audio was absolutely terrible. It was so bad. so bad. I can't believe like you're still like
I was
talking to
I was like so nervous at the time too. Like I remember it was just like, oh my goodness, we love Dead of Winter, and like Isaac's coming on, and oh my goodness, because I had listened to the Plaid Hat podcast for forever, so it was just oh man, these guys are actually coming on.
Well, it was a pleasure to be on, and believe me, I did not feel like I was some big guest. I still feel weird about being on podcasts, so
bro,
I am just happy to be included, and you guys have always been so incredibly sweet to me. So I'm happy to be here for your last show, and I'm really, really excited to see the new things that you guys are going to come up with afterwards. So you guys are all amazing people, and I'm just excited to have gotten to know you and what you guys have been able to build with Epic Game Night, and I'm just excited to see you at the next show that I'm able to see you guys at. So let's do
What's our names?
You're Rob.
What?
I remember Rob. I'm sorry, man. You know how I am. I am so bad. Like, I literally, after pretty much every show, I go into a pod and remove everyone's names and then shuffle them all up.
There you go.
Got it.
Rob.
He was so salty about that for so long.
He's still salty, but I still love him.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny now. I'm over it, but it is definitely funny. I was so excited. Like I was even texting the guys while you were texting me. Like, guys, I may have to go to Gen Con. Isaac Vega. Oh my goodness! And then he's like, then he drops Roy, and it's like, oh, okay. All right, man.
You mean Rob, right?
Don't go to Gen Con this year. I won't be there.
Well, I can't. I've got work and other projects that I have deadlines for myself. So. But anyway, well, good stuff, man. Good stuff. So, are you allowed to share a little bit of what you're writing on? I mean, it wouldn't be a show if I didn't ask either one of you guys the secrets of the future, because you guys are two of my favorite.
I can say that I'm working on another Crossroads game, and that's all about.
Is it the one that I know about, Roy?
No, I don't know what you know about. You don't know about.
Oh,
nothing.
you.
Hey, Isaac, am I allowed to show this?
What are you doing? Put that away!
Oh, okay.
Did he show a picture?
My gosh.
Somebody just screen capped that.
What?
The final episode of Epic Gaming Night. Emerson whipped it out on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope when it does come out that it makes everybody happy. And it's a lot of work. And I'll just say this, it's about 5 times more writing than Dead of Winter, at least. So.
A novel on each card.
Well, if it's the one that I think it is, it's going to be huge. It is. It can't not be huge.
Oh God.
Who's next?
You're right. That's what Asmodee told me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done, Vega. I don't even know where these people are. Who am I trying to add in? Oh, let's see if I can
man. All right, Emerson, were you saying something? Is your favorite memory ever cussing out Matt?
That was definitely one of the highlights for sure.
Yeah.
That game of Secret Hitler.
Yes.
Solid.
Shut your mouth, you mother! I know it's you. It was 78%. Shut the.
Amber just came into the middle of Rob cursing. Amber, have you ever played a social deduction game where somebody did something that made you want to lash out in anger?
Probably. I have a bad memory though, so I can't actually think of a time.
Oh man.
So if anybody doesn't know, Amby's from the Board Game Blitz podcast, which not really our sister podcast, but I always felt like it was our sister podcast. But yeah, and Amby's done Favorite Game Friday with me like every single episode. I'm pretty sure you've basically been on more episodes than I have at this point. So,
wait, you haven't been on all of them?
There was one where Mark hosted it, and I was out of town, and I'm pretty sure you were still on that one. So,
I almost missed the Dice Tower Con one, but you also missed it, so it was delayed.
There you go.
Right?
Ay, ay, ay.
But yeah, we're basically having a big party get together and just adding a whole bunch of our friends onto the show.
Yes, people come together. I remember being scared playing Strike with Ambi. If anybody ever gets a chance to play Strike with that young woman, she is crazy at emptying out the board, rolling all the pairs. Yeah.
And she also
And
has
then-
a wildly successful show on the Dice Tower about painting stuffed Fables minis.
Ooh.
Wildly successful.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. Millions of
I'm
views.
watching it right now.
Isaac just has it on
I
repeat.
finished. I finished them.
Nice. Awesome.
And Jerry was in chat a little while ago. So I think he said this was the very first video podcast he was ever on. We started a thing, video podcast.
Do you see that picture of Jerry in the chat without the beard or anything like that?
What is that? Is that actually the Jerry Hawthorne?
That's like I'm deciding what college to go to, Jerry. He's a handsome man. Young guy, so full of life and ambition. Not wrecked yet, not still pure. Man, what happened to Jerry? Ambi, are you excited? You're about to be. You already are a mother. But like they're about to be here. Like, are you excited?
Yes, I'm also scared.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be fine.
So have you talked
Look-
about all that stuff on your podcast by now, I'm sure?
Yeah, we mentioned it in the last episode.
Nice.
So it is
Well,
now
only, like-
public.
20 people watch our show, so it's like
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Listen,
I also posted on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook after Dice Tower Con. I was waiting until after Dice Tower Con to post on social media.
because you couldn't hide it after Dice Tower Con
Yeah.
anymore anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know the genders?
Yeah, 2 boys.
Oh, nice.
And
Wow, congrats.
Toby told me that one is named after me, and Ambi told me it's not named after me, but it's still called Roy. So I'm pretty sure that this podcast is going to have a baby named after it. No, I'm just kidding.
my youngest daughter is named Emerson. Not after Emerson Matsuchi, and it's also spelled differently.
But
But if it will get me free board games, yes, after Emerson Matsuchi. So,
I will get you some free board games. Don't you worry.
no.
Emerson always
Haven't-
says that, but it never comes true.
Yeah, they haven't.
Because
arrived
designers don't get copies of board games.
Well,
No.
I'll give you guys the copies of the games once I get them from the publishers.
Which you won't, because
That was
that's
the
not how it
deal.
works being a designer.
You'll get a manila envelope with some pieces of napkin in it.
yet. But they already said it in chat, Ambi. If I can successfully somewhat rear and raise a kid, you are gonna be fine. You guys have it locked in the bag. Like, both of my daughters are still alive, and they have all of their fingers and toes. And according to the doctor, they're growing at a good rate. So
And you guys are great at real-time games, and you're also
Yeah.
great at 18xx games. So you've got the financing figured out. You've got the real-time
And the
diaper
patience.
changing figured out. You're good to go.
Yeah. It's all just a big real-time cooperative game
Exactly. That's what you got to think of it as.
on hard mode.
Yeah.
Has Josh said he's able to be called yet? Because I know he was going to be calling from somewhere. I don't even know where Josh is. I should just search these names instead of.
I think he's driving right now.
You should probably just call just some random
know how to-
people. Like call Foot Forward.
I'm just going to call everybody who actually is green and is on right now. I mean, what does it matter? I mean,
All
if
of
they come on, they come on. If they don't, they don't. You're live right now. That's probably kind of rude, actually.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, welcome. You're live on the internet right now. Don't say anything bad.
That's the old radio adage.
Remember you were asking about the one memorable moment? I remember when a couple weeks ago you guys put me on the podcast just on a whim.
Yeah.
And bro, you saved my life
Josh.
doing that.
Hey guys,
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
how goes the finale?
It's going pretty good. Going pretty good.
Chugging along.
Yeah, now that you're here, it's actually going pretty good.
Oh, I
So,
see all your
are you
silent
excited for
faces.
Reavers?
You guys are making me want a werewolf rematch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Chat was begging, like, they're like, get everybody on, then play werewolf. That's what chat was saying. I was like, oh, I don't really have that planned out this time.
Actually, I think that was me in chat.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
that's everybody. You are
100%.
everybody, Emerson.
Had I not been driving, I would have helped you put that together.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Awesome.
So,
Well,
Josh.
you're on the road to Gen Con right now, Josh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've stopped off at a little pub called the Rail Shake Brewery to wait out the storm.
Oh, was it actually raining or?
Oh yeah, it was
Just
it was
figuratively.
it was bad driving. Yeah, also preparing for the storm that is Gen Con.
That is
So
true
you
for
guys
sure.
only brought 200 copies of Reavers?
Yes, air shipped in.
Are you doing like 50 a day, or you just like first come first serve? Here it is.
We're spreading them out so they're available over the first 3 days.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And people who run to the booth early will get we've portioned them out day by day, and we're going to give out tickets into the line so that nobody has to wait in line and then not have one left for them. They can just try again the next day.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, pretty excited about that release. It's a cool game.
I'm excited for my Kickstarter coming, but I appreciate what you guys did with the whole Kickstarter, asking us and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that people were by and large supportive. It means the world for us to be able to have it here and build some buzz for it. Get a little steam behind the game, you know.
Well, now that we buttered you up, what big secret can you tell us?
Rob's like, this is the last podcast, but also I want to make the guests feel uncomfortable about breaking NDAs.
Well, there's too many people to bring up everybody's LinkedIn profile. So I'm just asking, like, all the designers, like.
I
what
know
is-
that you stock mine, so you
do.
already have all the deets. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Nothing is ever secret for Gray Fox. I can tell you that After the Empire is coming up real soon, and that game is dope as heck.
That game looks
Okay.
awesome. I'm excited.
And aren't you starting like your own business venture with the travel game thing?
Travel Buddy.
I am. Yeah, I started a side project, Travel Buddy Games. We'll be doing our first Kickstarter late this summer, so we're looking for the end of August. I just got the last of my art in for a Great Barrier Reef themed card game that we think is really fun, really clever, but designed by Keith Piggott. It's neat, and I'll make sure to get you guys some sort of a preview when I have something put together. But yeah, last of my art's coming in now, and yeah, we got a little solo project on the side, but. I mean, that's just me. As soon as my workload gets light enough that I have time to sleep, I start another project.
I know that feeling.
That's hard work and dedication right there.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's really more like an addiction, right? That's what everybody in this hobby has. I just moved it from buying games to making them.
So is the rumor true that Emerson and Isaac are both jumping on Gray Fox, and you guys are becoming that new super studio?
I mean, I don't know that we're supposed to all talk about that, but you know, I can't. I'll neither.
Oh God! Oh God! Emerson, stop!
Is Emerson showing contracts or something?
No.
Something pirate.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. You saw nothing.
He saw nothing.
Okay. All right. Man, Josh, you have been with us through thick and thin. I appreciate it. I remember one of my favorite con moments ever was actually demoing for the Gray Fox booth a couple years ago at Dice Tower Con with Champions of Midgard when the expansions had just come out. That was actually a lot of fun. It did not feel like work. But that was a really good time. You guys are a cool company, man. I appreciate you guys.
I remember that year, and it was awesome to have you. And anytime you want to come demo at the booth, I mean, we're not going anywhere. I hope.
I don't think you guys are. You guys are doing too much good stuff to go anywhere.
And
So-
it's good to hear. I really, it's kind of bittersweet. I'm glad to be here chatting to you guys, but knowing this is the grand finale, it's like the end of an era.
I know.
It is,
for sure.
man. 4 years.
Woo.
4 years. I can't believe it. I cannot
So
believe.
what are you going to do? Are you all going to go start your own spin-off podcasts? Or
Yeah, we're breaking up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Our reunion tour in 20 years, you know.
Right.
Nice. That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
Hits.
I want to be on that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we'll get you.
So what do you guys?
That's how long it'll take me to grow out my beard so I can.
We just saw, we all have stuff going on. I've got my little side projects and stuff that I'm working on that are starting to take off. And I also bought a company this year that I'm running and stuff like that. So between all my side projects and having a family and running a company that's in a completely different field than everything else I'm doing, just busy. Well, I bought out the real estate company I work for. I'm now the owner and broker in charge for the entire company.
Oh wow, nice.
So
It's not as exciting as your writing projects. That's the thing that I follow. I love reading about your creative endeavors.
I appreciate it, man. I got some crazy ideas and stuff coming up in the future, and so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, man, just busy.
And Rob's willing to freelance crossroad cards whenever. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, here's the thing though. I could come up with some crazy ideas though for y'all's crossroad cards. If you ever need like a quick paragraph on like children having to come up with an idea of which kid they should eat to survive, or like which crazy thing needs to happen, or something seems super sweet but it's actually poison and everybody's dead. Screw you! You lost the game.
I don't
I
think
am writing
that's afraid
all
of
of this
dark.
down.
I just lost the game. All right, gentlemen, I got to run. Thank you for
Yeah,
having
man.
me.
Hey, be safe driving.
Me on originally. Well done for your 4 years of podcasting. I'm sad to see it end, but I'm glad that I could be on and chat with you guys on the final one.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Josh.
All right.
See ya.
You guys, see ya.
Bye.
See you, Josh.
Awesome.
Oh man.
Well, Isaac, was there any upcoming things you wanted to talk about as I add somebody back on?
You mean
Yeah,
that is
definitely.
up already?
Definitely go and check out, if you guys are going to Gen Con, definitely go and check out our booth. You definitely want to check out Jerry's new game, Aftermath. It is freaking awesome and gorgeous, and you guys need to go and play it. There's going to be demos at the booth. It's not going to be for sale at the show, I'm pretty sure it's not. If it is, it's a wonderful surprise, but it's not. But you should definitely go and check it out and play it. It's gorgeous. You should definitely check out Nikki Valum's new game, Quirky Circuits, that is going to be for sale at the show, which is awesome, and a fun little programming game with cool miniatures and a really cool puzzle mechanic that I think you guys would actually really enjoy. So, and then, of course, Abomination, which is Dan's Frankenstein sequel game, which is a Euro game from us, which is not very typical of Flat Hat games, but it's just oozing with theme, and it's a lot of fun, and he did an excellent job on that game, and it's really cool as kind of like being presented as a sequel to the Frankenstein novel. So I highly suggest you guys stopping by and checking
Will that
some
be
stuff.
for sale?
Flat Hat. Yes, it will.
Because that game looks really, like that's the type of Euro games that I love to play or desire to play, because the theme in that is just so thick. And that is super cool. So
I'm excited to learn more about it too, because I've seen the theme and all that stuff. I haven't actually got a chance to demo it yet. I know that.
You just-
What's Emerson even doing?
Video game.
Pulling out the hits.
Does he
You know-
just have a box of my games next to his camera?
That's one of the few
my
games of
biggest shrine of-
Isaac's I've not played.
I said, let me
Oh.
go start grabbing mine off the shelf over there.
No.
But yeah, I'm excited, and I know Sam is going to be streaming that live during his Gen Cant thing he's doing during Gen Con too. So he's going to be doing Abomination as one of his games that he's playing one of the days. So that should be exciting as well.
Sam Healy's not going?
Sam Healy is staying home from Gen Con because he's got family in town and stuff. So,
Okay.
but he's going to be streaming on our channel every day this week. So while we're
Yeah,
on
I
the
saw all
plane,
those pop
he's going to
up.
be streaming.
If I can say, Isaac, my favorite game of yours, I mean, outside of Dead of Winter, still hands down is Ashes. Absolutely love Ashes. I still have all Mash's stuff. I still have multiple core boxes. I'm still buying the packs. I think I don't have like the last 2, but I've got all the dice. I've got all the stuff. Man, I'll just say it because it's the last show. I wish that would have blown up. I love it. I think it's a great game. I like it so much better than Magic the Gathering and everything. I love the fact that you can create your first 5 and keep that, and then the dice and all that stuff. Like, it's what I wanted Magic to be, where you're just not like, mana screwed or something like that.
It's non-broken Magic.
Aw.
Yeah, it's non-broken. Like, that is, to me, that is my hands down go-to card game. Like, if anybody wants to play, got pretty much all of it. I remember being at the first Gen Con tournament and getting wrecked. Man, there's some people that play.
Richard Garfield needs to step aside.
Oh, man.
Isaac Vega's in town.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it. And that game was really near and dear to my heart, and still is. And who knows? Ashes, one day it may rise again. It's the entire theme of it, isn't it? Anyways.
I mean, it is a Phoenix.
So we'll see. We'll see. But you guys have some other guests on the show, and I feel rude now, and you guys are talking me up so much. So I'm going to leave on this high notes. But thank you guys so much.
Rob Newman standing.
Rob
Newman standing.
Rob Newman's bro. If they ask me to write any of those crossroad cards, you better believe there's going to be a standing. That's gonna be my payment. Like, don't even pay me. Just I want a stand-in or a little figurine.
Dead of Winter is my favorite game,
There's-
and I would love it more with a Rob Newman standee. It's my favorite. You can ask these guys when they did the top 100 and everything. I'm there the whole time voting Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter.
It is so good.
So
Well, who knows? Who knows what might happen on its anniversary date? Anyways, I gotta go.
Spoilers! Isaac, we'll talk
Watch
soon.
Emerson just like put up a picture of me like as a standee already. Like, cool.
Love you guys.
Love you, man.
Thanks
Thanks
so
so much.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Isaac.
See you guys.
Talk to you soon. Hype. I like how
All right.
Skype only lets you show
Andy and
4
Crystal
people now.
and Adam.
Yeah, Crystal and Adam are here. That's our D&D crew. I mean, Crystal and Adam have been around for forever, but also part of our D&D group. So
Is this what we're doing? Hold on, I'm going to try and do whatever Adam's
you gotta get
doing.
your mic.
Wait, what version of D&D do you guys play?
we were playing 5th for a while.
guys
We did a live
Yeah.
stream.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Wait, do you guys play second? No.
Do you have everything
Those are in
like?
surprisingly good condition.
Oh yeah, I hunted these
oh,
things
man.
down.
I was gonna say I have those books, but I don't really have them.
I got the rest of them over here.
We played whatever edition of the game allowed me to walk up to a vampire and slice my arm open in front of him.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I can't
I'm
even
the
get
most
my-
permissive DM ever, so I'm like, that sounds like we should do it.
Roll
Adam
the-
and I had some cool stuff planned too that we never really got to see out.
Well, we were about
Yeah.
to have to get rid of Crystal's character because she was just turning evil. I'm pretty sure she was the
That-
bad guy.
That
For the record,
literally, that
It is
literally
not my
might.
fault that I rolled poorly.
I mean, your character already looks like a demon. We might as well have just finished her off. I was kidding. Poor Crystal.
Yeah, at Dice Tower Con, I had to like completely under the pressure of Rob Newman, probably after some
I was
weird
like,
hour
bro,
of
you
the
better
night.
tell me what's going on, man.
I'm like, this is what was this is where I was headed. I just like spilled it to him. I had it all outlined,
yeah.
kind of the end bit, which was going to force Rob into T, I guess, into a situation where he was either going to have to fight his father or fight Crystal. We just didn't know which one it was going
I'm about to say, I don't think that would have even been a choice.
Well, he hated them both at that point. She was untrustworthy, but his father was.
And I was
kind
just sneaking around in the
Darth Vader.
background stealing things.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun. It was a fun show.
Nice.
Hey, man, did you get my sheet that I sent you for Kids on Bikes?
Yeah, that's gonna happen. I got some pokers in the fire here. I got to do a little more travel this week, and then life gets back to normal now.
Okay.
We're gonna play some Kids on Bikes. It's gonna happen.
Emerson, would you play Kids on Bikes?
Sure. Is that the RPG from John Gilmore and
Yes, it is.
Doug Lewandowski?
It is.
Yes, I'd love to.
just name dropping. I just know it's Kids on Bikes.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it is John
Whenever you
Gilmore.
ran up to Daryl Andrews and were like, "I love Kids on Bikes."
I almost did the same thing this year at Dice Tower Con.
But he cut you off and was like, "Are you gonna say it?"
Yeah,
You
I was like,
remembered.
you're John. No, yeah. Crystal, love the hair.
Sorry, had to unmute my microphone.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
good.
I just touched it back up this weekend because of Gen Con. Can't have faded hair at Gen Con, clearly.
Yeah.
of course.
Got to maintain your fame level, you know.
Well,
it's
if you
hard.
mean by not famous at all, but also known for colored hair, that's the level of fame I've got. So
Listen, you can't go
Not
anywhere with
true.
Crystal. People are stopping her everywhere. Just even at where we go, Waffle House.
They're like,
I'm pretty
"Hey,
sure the lady in Waffle House knew who
Let's
you
play
were.
QE.
She's like,
Hey, is that QE? Let's play QE.
yes, I'm mildly well known at a board game convention for the YouTube channel that I do content for. That I will give you.
yeah. Oh man, I mean, some people said to me, Adam, we know you started getting involved in EGN chat just to get close to stars, and let me tell you, when I went to lunch with Crystal at the Waffle House with the lady with 3 teeth, I arrived. So this is ending in perfect time because that was the penultimate board game moment for me.
How do you get better than that?
You don't.
You're
You
sitting
don't.
here with Emerson Matsuchi right now. Like, come on.
It was all Crystal and Waffle House.
Emerson, have you met Adam and Crystal and Ambi before, or?
Well, we were playing some napkin prototypes with Crystal at.
Yes, at
Dice Tower Con.
was it Uno Pizza? Uno?
Roy, you know I've met Emerson. You embarrassed me the first time I met Emerson.
Oh yeah, because you hate Century and you think it's a terrible game.
Yeah.
That's not true. Oh, and this is where I divert to the awkward. I love Spectre Ops again.
Spectre Ops is great.
Oh, my favorite.
I love that
seriously-
Spectre Ops app. That's my favorite.
And
For
now
the record,
that-
I have not tried any of the other Century games. I've only played the first one, and I am genuinely curious to try the others.
But did
so.
you play Golem Edition?
No, I did not.
has-
I bet I would like that
It has
one.
bright, sparkly gems.
Does feel
It's
good
so
in the
good.
hands. Feels good in the hands.
It's so good.
I'm excited that there's more Golem Edition stuff coming out, Emerson, and that's going to be at Gen Con as well, right, Emerson?
That's correct. It will be at Gen Con.
Yeah, that looks pretty dope.
I'll definitely get that one.
Yeah. And
There's
don't worry,
something
I'll
about
just
the
get
Golem
some-
editions that I
some
just like more. Like, you know, the Eastern Wonders and all that stuff, that's cool. But like the Golem stuff, just put a monster on there and some Unicorn Glitter Luck gems. And,
Oh.
and I'll play it.
I'll play any game with Unicorn Glitterluck gems, honestly.
Oh yeah, Roy knows what I'm talking about. Everybody uses the same gem, but we just recognize them because of the kids' games that we play with our daughters. So, oh my goodness! So, Crystal, spoilers. What's that next show about?
What next show about?
Y'all's next episode.
Oh, our next episode? Fun fact, I will actually spoil the topic of our next episode because it is dedicated to you all.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
We actually, the theme of our episode that's coming out this week is hype, and it is dedicated to you all.
Nice.
Hi.
Like, truly.
That's
That's
awesome.
what we did, so.
The shadow of Roy Kennedy extends.
What does it even mean?
It definitely does.
It grows long.
See, I thought I didn't realize, but when he flew to Florida, his shadow literally just covered all the states down. And now that he's been traveling the country flying, it just keeps
I did-
it's like that
I did go to
Chernobyl
LA.
Chernobyl residue.
Or not LA, I went to
Yeah.
Vegas. And Emerson's coming to Dice Tower West, right, Emerson?
I'm going to see if I can do it.
Yes!
Yay!
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna try.
Oh,
Yes.
I need to
Yeah.
try to go.
Tickets to Dice Tower West go on sale on August 27th at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
And when
so
is it?
everybody, put it in your calendars.
Emerson,
August
you should just
27th.
talk to Tom about Dice Tower West at Gen Con. You should be like, Tom, I want to be there. whatever you need. Let's do it.
Dice Tower Con West is August 27th?
No,
No,
the tickets.
it's going
Tickets go
sale.
on sale.
It's in
The actual
January.
convention's in March, right?
It's February 26th through March 1st.
Okay.
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 All right. All right, but just think about that. Just think about that, Crystal and Ambi, and like you guys started, and you may have been doing that little convention before you started your show, but like you guys started, or you guys, I say guys, it's a northern thing. Y'all started your show a long time ago, and now you have like a whole con, and now your con is not even just like a small con. Not that it was small before, but now you're attached to like a big affiliate. Like
I think you're confusing BlitzCon and MeepleCon.
no. Didn't you guys sell out your first? Like it's only happened once so far, right? The dice where you
Dice
got
Tower
official
West.
Dice
Yeah,
Tower.
Dice Tower West.
Right,
but
but
it was previously MeepleCon.
Crystal has worked with it. Well, I mean, I guess you guys have both gone there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Crystal worked with them before they became Dice Tower West or Dice Tower Con West.
Yes, this will be the 6th year of the convention and my 5th year on the team. So
It's kind of a big deal.
I mean, I honestly, like, this is not me trying to be humble. Truthfully, the most of the hard work has been done by Tim Mativier and David Millette. Like, the two of them really are the heart and soul of what was MeepleCon and what is Dice Tower West. And I have assisted for the past 4 years with social media and a little bit of other things here and there. But truthfully, it's their baby, and I am just happy to help support them. So they deserve.
Awesome.
Tim is awesome, and he'll be at Gen Con for anyone who's there. He works for Yellow, so if you stop by the Yellow booth, the tall, jovial guy, that's Tim.
Okay.
I gotta say, Crystal's got the coolest background. I'm looking. I feel like a little underdressed in my background.
It's literally just taped up on the wall, though. Like, it's literally just bought on Amazon.
Dude, I'm getting one of those.
Though.
I'm getting one of those and just sitting in front of it in my office.
You should get the
I started doing Dice Tower tonight, and someone in the comments in one of my very first episodes was like, Crystal's white wall is boring. And I was like, well, shouldn't listen to the YouTube comments. Click, 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 buying a backdrop. Like,
hey.
I have a map of Middle Earth behind me. Poorly lit, and a whole bunch of paints.
I just have files and
I used to do green screen behind me when I was in North Carolina and have random board games behind me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have Marvel
Sweet.
Man, I remember Roy's garage.
Down in my game dungeon. Oh, Roy's garage was epic.
Roy's garage was epic.
Yeah.
In the heat, in the
An epic
cold,
mess.
and then the fan.
And we used to
I remember
stream out of that all the time.
Bro, that was like a sacred place. I'll never forget when we turned on the fan for Rhino Hero. It's still one of my favorites ever. Everyone got mad. It's like, what are you doing? Turn off the fan. And then I busted your son's lip, and you kept playing, and I kept playing Happy Salmon. All in that garage.
Rob wrecking kids. Thanks, Rob.
Hey, but you didn't stop either. You were like, Scott, you okay? Okay.
Listen,
okay.
I was trying to make sure that I won Happy
one
Salmon.
card left.
I don't think I
Who's
won.
trying to Happy Salmon?
If you would have Happy
man.
Salmon with me faster, the game would have been over.
Are there any losers in Happy Salmon, really, Roy?
The children who get damaged along the way.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Hey, Adam, have you played Throw Burrito yet?
Yes, dude, did you see my Instagram stories? I played it in my studio at work with my coworkers and our interns, and when you have a huge commercial studio space, it is amazing because people are just diving and rolling. We've got a room that's 50 feet deep, and there's like nothing in it but backgrounds, and we've pushed all the lights to the side.
Yeah.
And oh man, egos were bruised, glasses were knocked off, the cards were skimmed off the table by sidearm shot. That game is so stupid.
It is.
It is so simple. It is such an affront to thoughtful game design, but it is so much fun. It is so much
I
fun.
feel like
so
with the
excited
right group, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you have to be with the right people that are not going to be malicious, but are going to play it. Are really going to go after each other at the same time.
Yeah.
And And when you get to pick the duels and then count them off, oh man.
We have a group coming over on Saturday, and we're playing.
It came into the studio, and Z did the unboxing of it. And then I walked in there, and he threw a burrito at me. And so then we were throwing them back and forth at each other. And then Tom was recording reviews in the other room. And I'm like, let's go throw them at Tom. And I posted it on our Instagram, or the Dice Tower Instagram. But like, we went over there, and Z's like, "Is he recording right now?" And I'm like, "Probably, but I mean, he could just retake it or whatever." So we opened the door and started throwing burritos at Tom. But we haven't actually played the game yet, so that'll be. I feel like it'd be crazy with the right group. The burritos are just so cute. You gotta throw them at each other.
They are, and they're soft.
The timer for the game is literally how many burrito battles. There's 3 different types of battle you have. So that I think there's 6 burrito boo-boos up to. So there's going to be 6 fights every game. Like exactly
2 rounds.
Yeah, and you play 2 rounds, so you're gonna get 12. Yeah, 12 fights a game. So I mean, it is literally completely circled around chucking foam at each other. It's great. It's so great. It's
Also,
way better than Exploding Kittens.
I just got a message in from Tom that I'd like to play. If you guys want to mute yourself while I play the video, I guess you can watch it through the stream if you guys are there. But
Is he finally going to confess that he knew me, even though I screamed at him at that steakhouse?
I don't know, but hold on just a second. Let me mute me and play this thing and see.
Hey, Roy, Rob, and Matt. Thanks so much for waiting for us to get back in touch with you. But I'll tell you, after 200 podcasts, and we put a lot of research and thought into it, we've decided that you guys can join the Dice Tower Network. Congratulations. So starting not this coming podcast, but the one after that, we'll add to the Dice Tower podcast lineup with all the limousines and things that, wait till you find out all the cool stuff that is on board with this. This is really exciting, and I'm glad that we waited. This seems like the perfect time to do it. So once again, congratulations. Get in touch with me, and we'll tell you more.
So basically, it's a video of Tom saying that we're accepted into the Dice Tower Network. Starting next episode. Hype!
We did it.
We did it.
As we leave.
That's so him.
All right, but what would he do, though, if we really did not, stop the show?
Rob's like, it was a fake out the whole time.
Listen, we had to get this far to be a part of the Dice Tower Network.
Basically blackmail.
Honestly, though, do you think he would?
I was like, I can go with a little messy.
But yeah, he's all like, after 2 years of consideration, I've been reviewing you guys' podcast, and I feel like this is the perfect time.
What a douche, but I love it.
Chat saying, or Mark Kill says, you have arrived.
Yes. I just
Season 2 starts now.
This year.
Ah, so dumb.
Oh, man.
But awesome.
Did he literally just send that to you?
No, he sent it to me this afternoon. But
Oh, okay. I was like, breaking.
way to play along, Crystal! Yay!
Oh, come on. Honestly, it would not have surprised me if he literally called you in the middle of the show.
Yeah, that would be a thing. Yeah.
That was gold.
That was good.
Did you send him your original email, Roy?
Well, the other day we were literally in the studio, and he said, "Oh, I saw your podcast was ending or whatever," and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's because you never accept us to the Dice Tower Network," and he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I asked to be on the Dice Tower Network, literally the first email I ever sent you," and he's like, "What? No!" And he went and looked it up to see what's the first email from Epic Gaming Night, and technically the first one was me asking if I could be a part of the committee for Dice Tower Awards, which he also said no to, But he's like, oh man, he's like, and I gave you it was because I was like, hey, check out this episode with Isaac, and like at the time I had like, I mean, you guys listened to like our first 10 episodes. I know.
Oh
at least
yeah,
Adam
bad.
did.
they're so good.
Oh, they're so bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
But he's just like, yeah, maybe work on that. And also at the time he's like, live stuff. Who would ever do things live when you could just edit them? And like literally all the Dice Tower does is live stuff now. So okay, whatever. But I gave him a lot of crap for it, so he thought it was funny. So I was like, hey, you should do something for our last episode. So that's what he came up with.
That's cute. Well, thank you very much, Tom. We do appreciate it. And I do plan on going to cons and stuff in the future. I'm not like just done with board game stuff. Not at all.
So we can get you the limousine for that, because he was saying that the limousines and stuff. I'll have to send you the video afterwards so you can watch.
Okay. Yeah. But if I see him again, I'm just gonna yell at him again, like I did that one time.
It was funny.
It was so awkward.
They were talking about Gen Con, and they started talking about that restaurant. What's the restaurant called?
St. Elmo's Steakhouse.
St. Elmo's. And somebody in chat was like, do you remember when Rob yelled at you? Do you remember when Rob yelled at you in chat? It's like our listeners and our fans following and harass other people on their board game.
It was so bad. And the only reason I went to the steakhouse at first is because it was in Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
who
is.
shall not be named is the real life Ron Swanson.
Oh, yeah.
He really is. And so I remember going like, man, we got to go to St. Elmo's Steakhouse. And then realizing how close it was to the convention. And then just Tom and his daughter. And I'm like, Tom Vassell! And I've already met him multiple times.
Yeah.
Matt was there. Like, everybody hung their heads. It was very awkward. But it was awesome. Brandon Pleshik was like, oh, my bad. I think I bought everybody's appetizers after that. Like, I felt bad. I was like, I got to make this. My bad, guys.
Oh, man.
Rob's like, I'm not sure if everybody's ready for my level of loud or not yet. But
Well, yeah, Adam, you know, bro. I'm loud.
No.
And St. Elmo's Steakhouse, for those of you who don't know, very low light level, candlelit, sort of a nicer establishment.
Yeah, it's not a cheap. I mean, outside of like cons, it's one of those like it's you don't necessarily it doesn't come with a dress code, but it
You will feel uncomfortable if you're in a shirt.
you will feel uncomfortable if you're not button up or something like that. Man, the old audio, the old intro. I remember.
Yeah, I was
the old
wondering
intro.
if I still have that, because like we used to do these on my old computer, so I don't know if this computer has it.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah, I used to love that intro.
It was just so long. I kept going. Oh man!
Yeah, you probably pulled off the video, right? I mean, because didn't the old computer die, Roy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Intro
did.
2.
Emerson, I need to screenshot this. I could look at you all day. Man, you're handsome.
He's a handsome man.
He is a handsome man.
I was so sad. I was looking for Emerson at Dice Tower Con, but I wasn't like actively looking because I was like, it's Dice Tower Con. There's like 50 people here. I'll bump into him, and then didn't see him. And on the drive back, I was like, I should have just texted him. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were there, Rob. Matt.
Yeah,
Why'd you
I
tell
was. I don't know. I was like, I'll run into him. He's around. I'll see him. I've already ran into Josh. I've seen other people. It's fine. Emerson's here.
I aggressively text Emerson when I go to conventions with him. He's probably like, I'm about to block Roy's number.
No,
Emerson's
usually
like,
I get your-
what makes
I get
you
your
think I
text
haven't
like
already?
30 minutes to an hour after you send it. So then all my responses are like an hour delayed.
Yeah, we do like phone tag basically
We do. We phone tag
until we
a
run
lot.
into each other.
Speaking of Dice Tower Con, I'm mad I never got to play QE with Crystal and them. I wanted to
you
play
didn't
that
play?
game so.
No, we
I
didn't
get a
get-
chance.
No, we never got Hail Hydra out of Dice Tower Con too, man. We ran out of hours in the day.
I do want to play Hail Hydra at some point.
I'm looking at it
That's
right
so
now.
good.
It's literally, I had it out this weekend. It's sitting on top of my my cubes right over here. It's the best.
It is a lot of fun. It is definitely a lot of fun, especially like if you're a Marvel fan. If you're not a Marvel fan, don't play.
It's still fun if you're not a Marvel fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you trying to say you're not a Marvel fan, Ambi?
Well, I don't
Shame.
know
But you're
all
a
the Marvel
gamer.
stuff. Yes.
Well, and maybe yes, that was rude of me to just jump to that. I've played like Hong Kong Deception in Hong Kong with non-gamers, and they love that. And then I was like, man, you guys like that? Let's play Hail Hydra. And they would never use their character's ability or anything like that. They never, I guess, got into it. But they all got into Deception Murder in Hong Kong. And so I was just thinking, okay, well, you're not Marvel fans anyway, so maybe it's just because, you don't understand that, Daredevil can do this and Spider-Man can do that. So I don't know. I apologize for anybody that I offended. But it's my last show.
Spider-Man does?
I guess. But anyway, I prefer Hail Hydra over Deception Murder in Hong Kong with the right crowd.
Really? So it's bypassed it for you? That's crazy.
With the right crowd. Overall, it's still Deception because I can play Deception with just about everybody. But like, for example, like Cabin Con, man, it's Hail Hydra.
Yeah, I agree.
It's so much better. It's so much. I also think it can be faster. And I love the theme of it, and I love how it's like Marvel Legendary mixed with a social deduction game type of thing. But then who's the jerk? It's like, it was so much fun, and I played it a handful of times, and all the times I played it with fans of Marvel, they've all gotten into their characters, and then of course our epic games we had, with Cabin Con was so great. Did I tell you Dustin's a go for those dates?
Oh, sweet.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I got to text you those dates, Roy. We're going to do middle of November. But anyway, Dustin, he's one of those crazy guys where, like, you don't know what he's thinking because he's stoic the whole time.
Yeah, he's got an unfair advantage in, like, a social deduction game because he's so stone-faced. It's unreal. Like, you can, like...
Dustin out.
Yeah, you've known him for a million years. It's hard for the rest of us. Like, we're just like looking at him, and he doesn't crack, man. Like, you can't even like, just not. He's so good.
He's
like,
as good of a liar as Roy is.
Yeah, he would have been a great poker player in like a cowboy saloon in like the 1790s. He would have been just frightening with that beard and a black hat.
We both went to the camp together where they forced us to play social deduction games until you were perfect at lying in them. So. So our first episode was May 6th, 2015. Podcast episode 0, Gaming Background. But I don't think this has the intro on it. I think episode 0, our very first one, didn't. Because it seemed like it jumped straight into it.
4? No.
Man, in episode 1, Rob's wearing a backwards cap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, remember when he had the headpiece and he used to just breathe real heavy into it?
Oh, that was
It was so
after every episode,
bad.
be like, Rob, please, what?
Crystal and Ambi, do you guys have any horror stories of y'all show when you first started off, or were you ladies always professional?
What's interesting is I think our early episodes are better than average, but if you go back and listen to them now, since Ambi and Cassidy and I had never met each other before, those first episodes were a lot of us not talking as much because we didn't want to step on each other's toes and we didn't know each other's rhythms. And I obviously, unsurprisingly to anyone, am the most talkative of any of the three of us, and so a lot of those early episodes are me talking way too much and them not talking enough because I have to fill the space. If it's quiet, I have to talk. It's required in my brain.
If someone made a supercut of every single Matt said on the podcast, how long do you think it would be?
At least
4 hours.
What about a supercut of every time you said hype?
Oh, wow.
It would be shorter than the yes. But I've definitely said hype plenty of times. I actually saw a shirt. I was at the Five Below store, and it had this Panther tattoo art, and it said hype underneath it. And I'm like, oh, man, I need to buy that shirt. But it also had, Chinese characters across the top. Well, actually, I think it was Japanese characters across the top. And I messaged it to Kenny. I'm like, what does this say? Because Kenny's been studying Chinese and Japanese and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, wait, yeah, it says hype. And I'm like, yeah, but not exactly. It says, I looked it up. And it's it says, exaggerated propaganda, which I don't think means the same thing. And I don't necessarily want to walk around wearing a shirt that says exaggerated propaganda in Japanese. That just seems weird. Because, I mean, that's what hype is, right? But it doesn't mean the same thing.
In a very loose
Roy,
sense, yeah.
I appreciate your commitment to authenticity.
Right.
And sticking to what it really is. So
Emerson would be like, that shirt is saying that you exaggerate propaganda. That's weird, Roy. Because you know all the Japanese, right, Emerson?
I wish I did.
I know.
I think Kenny's Japanese is probably better than mine at this point.
Well, he's been working on learning different languages. And
You know
stuff.
who knows Chinese? Josh does.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Josh Lefkowitz. In fact, he I think earlier this year, last year, he took a test. He's like on level 2 or 3 now of like, I don't know if he's going to college for it. It was just a side thing, but like he's getting pretty deep into it.
He was talking. He played China when we played QE.
Oh yeah.
And he was like making declarations to us in Chinese as he was cleaning the table with us towards the last couple of turns. It became evident. It became evident that Crystal and I had bought our way into oblivion again.
I want to play that so bad.
Rob, this game, I got to get my hands on it before Cabin Con. I don't know when is that thing going retail?
They're going to have it at Gen Con, so I think that is when it'll be available. If you go to boardgametables.com, I imagine they have information on their website, but I haven't looked.
That'll be one I have to pick up, I think.
Yeah, we'd have a Rob. This game is for you, man, because it's just the shenanigans level can be up here.
Yeah,
it was the first game we played. It was like really weird because like everyone was feeling it out, except for Crystal and I, who were just like money, like.
Well, after you guys explained,
make it rain.
I wanted my first bid to be $1 billion. Just didn't matter what it was. Just
just do it.
I mean, what's great is you can totally do that and it doesn't break the game, and that's kind of a little bit mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
As long as somebody else is willing to play the game as well, you know.
Yeah. You people could conspire to keep to make that a bad move, but like the social aspect of the game, which is actually to me the most interesting bit of it, is like here's this game that seems really simple and like you could make these huge blocks, but once the bids get big, people start going because they want that second place finish. Like it's kind of that second place spending. It's really weird.
After playing when we played Adam and Crystal and Ambi, and like what happened to me and Ambi, the second game that I started slipping into that a little bit again, but then I had to be like, I'm bidding high, I don't care. So I had to win it back. I had to get right back in it after I lost the first 2. I was like, no, it's not happening. So then I pushed it higher and higher on like the ones that I was controlling to push people above that. So have you heard of this game QE, Emerson?
This game QE from Board Game Tables, 2 to 5 or 3 to 5 players, 10 and up, 45 minutes to play.
He's reading.
He's got it memorized.
Hold on, he's going to pull it out from a side pile.
I was literally spending the last 20 minutes trying to figure out what QE is, and I was just Googling, looking for anything with QE just to try to figure out what is this thing that everyone's talking about. I was just too embarrassed to actually type in chat asking, hey guys, I don't know what QE is. So I've been doing that for like the past 20
literally
minutes.
a bidding game where you're trying to do like set collection and you're trying to win different companies, but you can bid any amount you want. But the catch is whoever has bid the most money at the end of the game just straight up loses.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit
kind of like High Society, but on steroids.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now it is.
Can you buy? Yeah, look. Looks like you can buy it right now. Actually,
You can pre-order it right now.
Looks like you can pre-order it now.
3 to 5 players.
It doesn't mention anything about when they're shipping it though.
Yeah.
I haven't played it with 3. I don't think it would work as well with 3, but I don't actually know for sure. I've played it 7 or 8 times now, and I've always played it with 4 or 5 players.
Yeah, I would say 4 or 5. I mean, we played it with 7 the one time, and it was that.
It only goes up to 5.
No, we played
teams.
We played teams.
Oh, that's right.
It's actually a game that because of the wheeling and dealing, I had a good time because you and I were a team, and then I think Kent and Courtney were a team. And that was, I mean, I didn't feel like it took too much away from it to even sit there and do it like that. Like, so you could have a table with 8 people and be like, hey, we're going to play this, and the two of you are going to have to sit and whisper and come up with stuff. And that almost, I felt like it was, at least at our table, was fun because they're like, what are they talking about over there? What are they talking about over there? You know? Although when you play any games with Kent and Courtney, that's what they're doing the whole time, no matter what. Anyway. They're whispering even when they should be killing each other.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they're adorable. I keep a picture of them in my wallet now, both of them.
I believe it. I believe it.
Oh man.
I'm pre-ordering it right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty inexpensive game, right?
$30, I think.
$34. And I mean, I'm sure it'll be out before November.
Yeah, it's got good components and stuff like that. I'm gonna pre-order.
It looks great, man.
Awesome.
It does.
Well,
It looks really good.
when the podcast has come to an end, Matt and Rob, you guys still have to get together and play games, or I'll be upset. You're like, I'm not playing games without
The
a
good
reason to
thing
play
about
them.
this podcast is I actually like Matt and Roy. You know, it's like I still definitely want to stay in touch. You know, it's not like one of those things like, oh, I'm done. Screw you guys. No, it's like,
It's kind of funny. I did get a couple messages of people being like, I heard your podcast is ending. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah. They wanted the dirt.
Yeah, no, it's not a beef or anything like that. Just I don't know about the other guys, but it all started actually with me. I told the guys that I needed to take a break, that just owning the business and starting the business this year was just a lot more than I realized, and I was a lot busier. And for like the first, like I didn't play a board game any February, March, or April. And I was just like, why in the heck am I doing a board game podcast if I can't even contribute really? Like I'm enough of a salesman and a BSer where I could pull something out of my butt. Mm-hmm. But like I felt like I wasn't contributing, and it's just like that's my busy time of the year too. So it's just like, you know what? I felt bad for the show. I felt bad for everybody. And I was like, guys, I just need to step back. It's not you, it's me. Love the show, but I just need to stop. And so
we all have so
that's
much
when Roy
stuff
got me.
going
He's
on
like,
our
it's
life.
not the same without you.
Yeah, we have so much stuff going on in our life right now, and Rob was like, you could get co-hosts, you could keep it going and doing lots of stuff. And I mean, so much stuff has like changed, and like we're in different places and stuff like that now. And I was just like, Epic Gaming Night would not be the same without Robert Newman. So I cannot carry on Epic Gaming Night without Rob, because I feel like we started this as the three of us. So I wanted it to end with the three of us. I didn't want to like continue to drag it out and do different things like that, just because I mean, it meant a lot to me, and I feel like it'd be awesome to end the show strong. So that's why we're here, instead of dragging out and whimpering off. We're gonna end bringing Emerson on. I mean, how can you get any more epic than that?
Okay, real quick though, if you replace me with Emerson, I would absolutely love that.
You love it.
Emerson doesn't have time for that.
I would prefer it.
Well, I mean, just like, oh yeah, I had to leave the show, but they replaced me with this world-renowned game designer who's one of the sweetest people of all time. Like, that's what it took to replace me, guys. Sorry. Like,
we can't replace you, Rob. You are
I would tell my wife, like, look, babe, listen, I need you to get your act together, or Emerson's gonna have to replace you.
And I'm pretty
He's
sure,
a-
shown by this show tonight, publishers don't want Emerson on camera showing on.
I'll get us in a lot of trouble. Or at least I'll get Isaac in a lot of trouble.
Oh man.
Isaac's gonna have to deny all knowledge of tonight.
Yeah.
That's why he got off. He's like, I got to get off here before Emerson shows any more things.
Like, I can't be a party to this. Pirates? What? Oh man, Emerson. I love pirates, but there's not a lot of good pirate games, man. So let me tell you. I mean, there's a couple, but there's not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
You got any game that I can do a pirate accent?
One on the way.
Oh, dude, I love to hear that.
Isaac's gonna hate me right now.
Oh my god!
Did you just flash a picture? Did I miss something?
He held up the thing again that he was holding up before.
All right, listen,
Somebody's gonna
Emerson,
screen
when we
cap
get
that.
off, or when the show ends, I need to confirm with you that it is what I think it is.
Okay.
All right, so don't just go. Sorry, I was literally ordering QE.
Yeah, I ordered it as well. But that means I don't have to bring it on the plane with me because.
Yeah, now I have it. My order. I won't get my order number. I've got my order number.
Have you played Terror Below, by the way? Yeah.
I have not. I have not. No, things have been busy. The last few weeks, I thought I would get a little bit of a break because things would start to slow down with work and stuff like that. But then we had some issues and stuff come up, and now that I'm like the boss, everyone's like, "Hey, Rob," and I'm like, "Crap." So,
Darth in chat
I've not,
saying
but it
we
looks
should
great.
end
I
the
want
episode.
to.
Yeah.
Darth in chat saying we should end the episode like we did the one that Isaac was on, when Raxon just came out, and we're like acting like crazy things were happening, and that the Raxon guys were trying to get us with do I hear helicopters? And then just turn the podcast off. That was hilarious when that happened because people literally messaged us like, "Are you guys okay? Like, is everything fine?" Just because the podcast just ended.
Yeah, the Raxon joke didn't roll with everyone. They're like, "What?"
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good.
Have you played this one game called Last Light?
I don't
It's
know.
got these really awesome components.
You're worse
Last
than Rob,
Light.
Emerson.
Can we talk about that?
No, we cannot talk about that, Emerson.
Have you signed an NDA?
I'll hang up on all of you. Every last one of you.
Can we at least?
I don't know what
got
you're
a
talking
game
about. It
coming
sounds like a sci-fi game. I don't know what you're talking
every
about.
single one of
If I
you
had to
know
guess.
what he's talking about, which makes it worse.
Is it that game that you've got getting published?
No.
No, I haven't signed anything.
It's the last episode. It all comes out.
It's
For
like,
those that
last
don't
episode, let's
know
end the
this,
friendship
I
too.
won't go into it, but Roy is not only is he a fan of board games and board game media, but he's also a very creative and talented artist. And I'll say that. And Roy has actually worked on multiple ideas and multiple games throughout the years. I remember him showing me stuff back with Risk Lord of the Rings pieces, where he made like a Summoner Wars game and things like that.
Yeah.
And so Roy has always been working on games, in the background and stuff like that. And so don't be too shocked if you see something, in the future outside of Dice Tower with Roy's name on it, concerning board games and not just board game media.
Yeah.
I did
It's
contribute
quite-
to Zaya.
He's quite a talented Euro game designer. He's very good at designing those mathematically challenging Euro games.
I heard he's going to get into the 18XX space.
Ambi left hearing that.
It's not even.
Yeah.
Or Skype did that thing where it just decides to close arbitrarily.
Yeah, it did.
She said she was freezing up in chat a bit, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Nice.
But the game is what was the game called, Emerson?
Which one?
Never mind. I'm not saying it. I was gonna let you say it.
You mean Roy's Euro game?
If Roy ever made a Euro game, I would text him and be like, "Man, is everything okay? Are you on hard times? Like, are you okay?"
Emerson
called
makes
Valor.
games where the start player is determined on the last person that played a Euro game. And I'm like, ugh, I never play Euro games. And then they make me go first. Anyway,
And good times.
I mean, listen.
Emerson doesn't even remember that night.
Wait, was that the night that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to tell me what happened that night, because I don't remember.
I was about to say. You wouldn't hear the tales of the things that happened.
Oh,
Anyway.
good times.
You're saying it was a wild night. What more wild than 5% Concordia?
A wild night of
That game was
Euro
so dumb.
gaming.
Just hearing that word, you see my face as soon as you said that word.
Concordia.
I'm getting robbed.
Don't waste your time, Emerson. It's dumb.
Concordia.
It's. Listen, I love Kent
You mean
Parker.
this game that? Oh, actually, no. Wait, sorry.
Oh, you got it?
I love you.
Do you
Kent,
like
and I
Concordia,
love you,
Emerson?
Courtney.
I love Concordia.
Yeah, you would. You would love Concordia. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. It's not nearly. I'd rather play Century, Spice Road, and/or Gollum a million times over, just because it's so much faster. It's a similar game, don't get me wrong, but it's so much faster and so smooth. Concordia to me is just. I'd rather do that hot wings challenge again.
I would do the
Rob,
hot
I'm
wings
with you.
challenge again.
That could be arranged.
I was about to say my.
Did you say you'd
my
do it with me,
tolerance-
Crystal?
Yes.
Crystal, it's so bad. I just want you to know that.
My tolerance for spicy stuff has gone up quite a bit since we did that. People even in the comments after I released that video were like, "Roy did this, and this at Gen Con last year." He's like, "It must have wore him out." I'm like, "No, this was before that." The time
The
continuum
bomb
was
sauce?
broken by me releasing a 2-year-old video.
Yeah.
The bomb sauce is so bad.
That's the one that on Hot Ones everybody always
Yes.
kind of spazzes
It's
out
straight-
about.
And
It
we
doesn't
didn't know
really-
that at the time.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like hot sauce. It tastes sort of like battery acid that they bottled up, and they're like, "Hey, this has got a nice zing to it," and you're like, "Ah."
When Ambi and I tried the world's hottest chocolate on one of our streams, that was a moment for us. And we literally ate the tiniest bit of it. Like they were already like divided into really small squares, and we nibbled on a corner of it and still felt like we kind of wanted to die.
You want to see something funny? Give Emerson mild wings and see what happens.
Are you saying Emerson isn't a spicy food guy?
Well, I love spicy food. I just can't handle it.
But it's not spicy. Like we ate stuff that was spicier, and you'll see it in the video if you watch the video. That was spicier, but it had good flavor. Like you could actually taste it. This felt like sucking on a battery. Like it had this metallic, acidic, just straight extract chemical taste. And after a few seconds, and the breathing made it worse. Because when the air would hit it, would almost like it reignite it, like it was like a coals in your mouth. And just the more air you fed it, the more it was so bad. And stupid Roy, I love Roy, but
very
Roy's
stupid,
trying
though.
to play Scoville, and Matt and I are just like there for the wings. And like at the beginning of the game, Roy's like, "Yeah, you guys got to eat this level 8 hot chili pepper thing." Like, I'm
Oh,
like,
that was a good
Dude, I
idea.
remember. It was
no,
so
it's
funny.
terrible. Like Roy's so
great.
hardcore playing the game.
I did think it was funny. I was like, hey, Michael, could you like record a thing saying that Tasty Minstrel does not approve of eating hot sauce while playing their game? It would be really funny. And they sent a nice letter like, no, we cannot do that. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, I thought it would have been a funny gag.
It was not funny.
Just another no in a long list of no emails in Roy's career.
Listen, you have to go through a lot of no's to get somewhere in life. Failure happens. Failure happens. But listen, everybody out there, keep pushing forward. And maybe
join my
something
sales
good
staff?
will happen. Maybe someday you'll be able to be on a podcast with Emerson Matsuchi and Crystal Paisano at the same time. Like, then you know you've made it.
Oh,
mean,
man.
It's
That's
not the
sales for you.
Roy, you were served by the most luxurious Waffle House in all of Florida next to Crystal. that was your penultimate.
That was for you, not me.
I'm just gonna like slink down as far as I can in my chair. Hold on, let's see if I can get on. Nope, can't go all the way out.
Oh my god. I want you guys to know that the Waffle House that the very board game famous Crystal took me to had a fortune teller's parlor in front of it. Glass on all 4 windows. Fortune teller, full fortune teller. So you couldn't
sure,
go
like,
into the Waffle House
Newt
without
eyes
perhaps
and
getting
glass
your paw.
jars in that place.
I know. What the hell? It was
Wait,
the
okay,
most
so-
Florida thing I ever saw.
Ambi, how is your video doing that?
The blur
Oh,
thing?
the blurry
Yeah.
background option.
Skype.
Yeah,
Skype
so I
does
opened
that.
Skype and it said like it had an option for blurring your background.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it does that.
It's
So
like it's like a
fancy.
preferences thing. I think.
Yeah,
But
I think it's
sometimes it
working
blurs
now.
half your face, so it's,
See, there you
it's
go.
hit or
Check
miss.
that out.
Oh, is it?
Do
Hold
I need
on.
to turn
What?
put Adam where people
I'll
can
blur
see
my
him?
background.
Bye, Rob.
Hold on. Okay, I feel like it
Well, your
doesn't work.
background looks
I
better when
know.
it's not blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is
Unblur.
cool.
Okay.
Yours is actually cool. Yeah, I put mine up.
Whoa, it's like trying to catch up with you, and it's weird.
Yeah, probably some
Yeah, that is
latency there. This is how we're doing cheese chat like this. This is how cheese chat.
It looks so weird because it looks like a bad Photoshop job if you move.
Yeah, it does.
I don't even know what this podcast has become.
It's just what it always was.
You're right. Listen, this podcast has always been about the banter and the silliness.
It has been.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, hey Rob, what do you think about the new UK Prime Minister?
Bro, I thought Europe would have learned. I thought Europe had like a good like preview of what that would have been for the last 2+ years.
Yep.
And they're like, screw it, makes sense to us.
See,
Vote 'em in. I
Matt and
can't
Rob
believe
get
that.
around me saying that we can't talk about politics by talking about politics that I don't understand, and it's not cool.
Like- Austerity in Greece.
There was a point after one podcast that I had a stern talking with these two guys. Like, no, stop it. It's about board games.
Hey, man. But what Greece did was so hardcore, such a baller's move. I still love that. If you want to talk about a board game move, they pulled
over and over
like
again.
the ultimate bluff anybody could ever pull. And then we got called out on it. They're like, nope. I love it. Hey guys, we're gonna stay in the EU. We need like $60 billion. We'll pay you back next Thursday. Next Thursday rolls around. You got the money? Nope. Like that's so amazing.
Germany
It's so
was
terrible, but it's so amazing.
I don't even know what's going on right now. But my UK friends are probably going to beat me up at Gen Con. I don't know why.
No one's gonna beat you up. You're almost at Crystal level, Crystal and Ambi and Emerson level. Like you're getting there, man.
Oh.
We're getting there.
Listen, I have to get through a few more no's. And then...
If you could just get your hair to match Crystal's this Gen Con, you might have a chance.
Oh
hey,
my goodness,
listen,
that
I
would
had
be so
crazy color
tasteful.
hair.
Yeah, you
I mean,
There
since you and I first met virtually, Roy, you and I have said that we're very similar in a lot of ways. So I feel like the hair is just the next step. You've already dyed it fun colors once.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right, but now I can't.
that's nothing new for him.
So,
I think he's ready.
Yeah. Oh.
He's fully ready.
gotta
His
have-
wife's ready
I gotta
for it.
have
She'd love
The
it.
internet pick colors again, though. No, I'm just kidding.
Has Gen Con sold out?
I think they sold out of Saturday and 4-day. So,
Why, you're
What if I
thinking
just
about
like
going?
drove up there Friday?
Come on, no, don't do that. You're gonna just drive up for an 8-hour trip. So you're gonna leave super early in the morning, hang out for what,
Drive
2
10
hours?
hours to hang out for 4 or 5 hours, and
we
drive
did
10
it
hours.
for Come On Expo.
Bro,
Hurt
Matt,
just
Yeah, but that's 5.
Matt, what if we drove up there, didn't even buy tickets, just said hi to people outside of the con, went and got some of those habanero cheese
I
sticks,
mean,
and then drove back, and we're
Wait,
like, all right,
hold on.
hang on.
This is my first Gen Con. Habanero what? I need to know.
Oh my
Whatever.
There's a bar that serves pizza.
I don't know
sort
if it's still open.
It might be. I think it's like. I'll
We
look
can-
up the.
We can talk later, but I
But
need
they
to know.
have ghost
We need-
pepper cheese sticks, and they
Oh,
are
it's so good.
delicious.
Okay, so cheese sticks are one of my favorite things in life, and like the only restaurants I've ever known that ever had like pepper jack or something that wasn't mozzarella always end up closing, and I don't know if it's like a spicy cheese stick curse, but I need some. So
Oh,
That's
so this
awesome.
it's not like a fried mozzarella stick. It's like garlic bread with cheese on top.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
I
I'll
don't
still
know
eat
if-
it.
Okay, no.
Whatever.
Wanted to clarify.
However, though, you
Okay.
may have a weird experience walking to or back from said place. Somebody may just come up to you and ask for a random hug.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's what
okay.
happened to Matt. That was weird.
That's what happened to
If
Matt.
y'all are on the street in Indianapolis at 3 a.m., stuff happens. Weird stuff. You get to watch some domestic violence stuff go down, then somebody
no.
hugs you. That's,
And then you think you're gonna
I
get
didn't
hugged,
mention the
but you
three.
get hugged
Yeah,
instead.
it's a weird
I'm
place.
between a mugging and a hugging. I would prefer a hugging, but
Well, to be fair, I thought it was going to be one and the same because this girl just comes up and is just like, "Hey, I feel like I've been looking for you all day," and she was with somebody, and I'm just like, "Huh?" And she's just like, "Here,
Hello?
here, I need this, you need this. Let's hug it out." And I'm like, "Cool, okay. If this dude takes my wallet, whatever, that's fine. I'm not getting stabbed. It's it's the most pleasant way to lose all your money. Whatever."
Yeah.
But sure enough, just somebody came out of the club, probably on some illegal substances, just really feeling the night. All in all, pretty nice.
I would be okay to get mugged at Gen Con on a Friday or a Saturday because I spent most of my money on Thursday. So, like, just don't mug me on Thursday. But, yeah. Like, you know what? It might help me if you stole, because then I can cancel all the credit cards. Like, after I already have the games in my room.
You're like,
sorry,
yeah. Illegal charges. I was at Gen Con. All those were definitely those were
got
illegal
mugged.
charges. I got mugged.
Yeah. What? I'm in Indianapolis. Get out of town. Good stuff.
Since this is Crystal's first Gen Con, do we have any some advice for her?
Yes.
Just the regular stuff, deodorant, showers, sleep.
Not
Grind, not
I
the
mean, I
girl.
am a very gross person normally, so yes, that's important.
Are you planning on wearing a backpack?
Possibly.
If you can in your backpack, like I don't know if you're gonna do any camera equipment or anything, try to put like a sweater or something to help cover, because you will constantly be getting bumped into, like especially if you're having the backpack on your back, because they make the hallways so tight in there. Like, just imagine being in a hallway 8 feet wide, but there's 20 of me in that hallway trying to get past you. So.
I do own a fanny pack that I could bring and wear. So
Okay.
Have you ever been in a mosh pit before?
no, and I avoid them like the plague because
Well, that's basically
while
Gen Con.
I'm a people person and I'm a hugger, but like lots of strangers near me is not something that I enjoy.
Well, then don't
so-
be there when the
Good
doors
thing
open.
You have an exhibitor badge. You can go
Yeah.
in before the hall opens and
2
hide at the
hours.
booth. Oh, that's another cool thing about Gen Con this year is they're letting us in 2 hours before the hall opens.
Super
Oh.
early.
It's
I'm
because
sure
we have
all the
to-
exhibitors will still be asleep by then, though.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm going to be asleep. It's with a 3-hour time difference. That means we can come into the hall at 7 a.m. Eastern. So that's like 4 a.m. for me or something, or 8. I don't know. It's early.
You've got this. You've got this.
Yeah.
I would say you could like start getting up at 4 a.m. like to prep, but it's
Yep.
not too late for that now.
You got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
A couple nights.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know what, Crystal? I feel you. When I know I have to get up like inordinately early, it makes me actively miserable for like 48 hours. I'm like, just knowing that I have to get up at like 3:30 or 4. Like I'll have 2 days beforehand where I'm like, I can't even enjoy the days beforehand.
Well, guess what? I am a dummy, and I wanted to make sure that I got into Indianapolis with plenty of time to like get acclimated and see people and do things. So my flight arrives in Indianapolis at 11:30 a.m. But for that to happen with the time difference, my flight leaves Vegas at 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. So I will have to be at the airport at like 3 in the morning.
Well,
I'm a smart person.
if it makes you feel better, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. at the latest on Wednesday morning because I'm actually driving out to pick up my buddy Ryan Courtney at 5 o'clock, and we're driving to Indianapolis 5 a.m. Wednesday morning
From New York?
from New York.
How long
that's
is
not
that?
too bad of a drive. Was that 9-10 hours?
It's going to be, Google says it's about 10 and a half to 11 hours, but
Yeah.
it will usually be about 12, 13 hours just because we want to actually stop and eat and get gas and things like that.
I'll be in New York for Christmas.
Well, look me up.
I may do that, bro. So, side note, we'll just mention the name Contenticles. We won't go into the story.
Oh,
but we'll
no.
just say
Let me pull up the video.
Contenticles.
Consenticle?
Concenticles. Anyway, that guy works for Lego, and he was like, hey, man, this was such an amazing experience for me. He gave me his number, and he works at the Lego HQ in Connecticut. And he was like, hey, if you're – because my daughter absolutely loves Legos, constantly building stuff. And so he was like, yeah, let me know if you guys are ever in the area. I can hook you up. You can take a tour of the facility, and I can get you like half off at the store. So we're probably going to be leaving a couple days earlier now to go to Connecticut. And then if we do get there earlier, I may take a day, and I may text you and just like, hey, man, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'll come play with you guys.
Actually,
Because you guys still do your game group on Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, we do. We do testing on Tuesdays. On the weekends, we also do some testing as well. And actually, this past weekend, I got a cool story. Is that Ignacy Trzewiczek from Portal Games actually came to the city, so I actually met up with him on Saturday to have dinner with him.
That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah, man.
So tweeted out a picture of that. So he's actually going to be leaving tomorrow morning as well to go to Gen Con.
Probably won't see you on the Tuesday because that's actually Christmas Eve. But yeah, we may. I may actually really take you up on that and just.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What, Rana? Do you want to
Let
say
me know
hello?
what you think.
Okay, you can say.
Oh yeah, dog time.
Oh, the doggies.
She literally. Are you saying hello? Yeah.
Trogdor!
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah,
your copy,
I got games.
boy.
Burning ate all the people.
Sterling's over in the corner there. What? There he is.
My copy of Trogdor didn't come in because I think they didn't put my unit number on the box, so it got sent back. But it's supposed to be sent back out again because I know people at QML Logistics, and they said, "Get this man his game." Robert Geislinger, but you know.
All right, friends. Well, while you guys were ordering copies of QE a little while ago, I was actually ordering myself a pizza. So I'm gonna get off of here because that's gonna be arriving shortly, and I don't want to have to like awkwardly leave quickly.
Yep. Well, I guess
Thank you so much, Crystal.
See you, Crystal.
Yeah.
Love you guys. I will miss the show, and obviously, if y'all ever need a place to, get out your podcasting needs, and you want to maybe come join Ambi and I, we could talk. We could try and work something out.
Oh snap!
We are officially part of the Dice Tower now, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, friends.
See ya.
Bye, Chris. We'll talk soon.
Are we the first defunct Dice Power show?
No, not even close.
Okay.
Oh,
There's a ton of Dice Tower podcasts that have come and gone. Not the main
None
one.
like ours, though.
None like ours, for sure.
I will say this: we were the first ones really to do it live, before everybody else was doing stuff live. And I think one of the things about our show that I love compared to other shows is we did just rant and tell stories, and like we had a forum that we tried to run off of, but I like that we were unique and different, and I like that we just kind of hung out. Like, I'm glad it wasn't just like every other show, and there's nothing wrong with everybody else doing that type of show because they have a lot of success with it. Like Dice Tower and their affiliates and other people like that. But I don't know. I really appreciated what we had, and especially once Matt and I joined chat, that changed the game. I mean, that's why Adam is here. Adam was just a fan of the show. That's it.
The weird guy online.
He was the weird guy. Him and Darth were like the first two that we really noticed that Roy was really butchering their names, and we were like, what is going on? And I still want to see Darth because his little picture looks like a Mr. Rogers. Not a Mr. Rogers. Will You Be My Neighbor, that guy.
I thought he looked like a paper plate with a smiley face on it.
Yeah,
but I
that's
mean,
true.
just think about that, though. Like Adam and all this stuff and everything going on, and now he's been at my house. He's played with my kids, right?
Yep.
He spent the night. He
Coming
almost
back.
died. Like, things
He
like
almost
crazy stuff has
died.
happened.
Which time?
Which time? But I'm just saying though, like that's what I love about this show. It's like it's brought everybody together. I'm hoping He Who Shall Not Be Named can make it to Cabin Con. I think you'd really like him. He's a good guy. But
Baltimore?
just good stuff, man. This show has meant a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Not that I'm signing off right now, but all of you guys, all of the fans, all of everybody, from Ambi always being there and putting up with us and commenting in the chat and getting in while she could at work and stuff like that, and like letting us know and what she's got going on, to Emerson just being Emerson, to everybody in chat doing what they do. Just you guys mean the world to me. And then of course to Matt and Roy, you guys are good guys, and I really appreciate you putting up with me for the last 4+ years.
It's been a lot of fun. I've definitely enjoyed doing it, and I mean that's part of the reason why we did this, was just to talk about the games. And I mean that was one of the things I wanted to drive home, was the stories about the games, and Matt too, because I remember Matt, you were always like, that's what's gonna make people be excited about games, is talking about your like experience with the game, not just mechanics or player counts and things like that. Like being like, this is what it felt like to play the game, and this is what happened in our game,
And there's just so many reviewers out there who are just like, yeah, man, on turn 2 you can do this, and that's pretty cool because you could get some cubes. And you're like, okay, that's very dry.
Yeah.
Tell me, yeah, how you felt while playing it. Like, there are so many computer games that I've bought off of somebody just telling me a story about something they did, and I'll get the game, and maybe it's not for me, but it's like, boy, for that person, it was like super good.
Well, and that's one thing I love about reviews. That story, you sell me in a story, I will buy your game.
And it's funny because some of our stories have basically become memes in and of themselves, you know? It's just like they've been told so many times. Like I can't even play a social deduction game like live with the Dice Tower without our fans being in chat being like, don't trust Roy, don't do it. Like just tons of people in chat. They're just like, I watch his podcast, don't trust
Roy,
him.
do you have Darth Vader?
I think it was on the other Skype account.
Oh, the Hangout one.
The Hangout one that I had, because I just looked and I couldn't find it.
I was going to see if I
don't know if I remember what he looks like. I don't know if I was on episode 1, 2, 3.
Well,
yeah, you were.
We had some Hangout ones.
Yeah, because I think that was the Patreon Hangout.
I still remember when Darth's wife messaged me and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna sign him up for the Patreon, so Rob will do the thing, but don't tell him about it." And then Rob ended up doing it, and he was in chat just like, like, what is this?
Man, that was so much fun. Courtney did the same thing for Kent, I think.
I think Kent got himself on.
Didn't Courtney sign up Kent?
I don't know.
He pre-signed himself up.
Kent's not afraid to spend that dollars.
Kent might have, man. I love Kent to death. Kent and Courtney have really become good friends of mine. I really do enjoy their company. But Kent is the Slender Man of fans. Like, he's just quiet and in the background and just, hey, man, like, I could be a serial killer. I
could be a serial killer. That's the best compliment ever.
I don't mean it as a bad thing.
Kent, you have the gravitas of a serial killer. I mean,
hey, man, some serial killers are very charismatic and very outgoing and super swell people. Just don't get them in a bad mood.
That's unreal. That's unreal. You know, it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, I was trying to figure out why every time Kent like ran to the bathroom, Courtney just looked at me and went, "Help me!" And now it makes.
That's why he's running everywhere.
He just want to leave her alone for too long.
That dude has a lot of board games.
We're trying to make fun of all of our fans before we stop doing the podcast.
But here's the thing: I'm going to see Kent and Courtney hopefully sooner than later because we're supposed to get together with Matt and get some brass and stuff in.
Brass.
I love that game. I think and I've only played with Kent and Courtney, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope to see them at Recon.
Yeah.
And brass still looks like fun, man. You get a little Concordia in there as an aperitif. You'll have a great time.
And that's the day sorted.
That's love.
Games.
That's love.
It was like Rob. I had to go to bed that night because and Rob, he like puts his hand on my shoulder and he's like, "Just get out of here now. I got this."
I did.
Because I had to find out.
I did say that.
He literally looks me right in the eye and he goes, "Just leave now. I'm going to play it."
like I'm jumping on a grenade to save everybody, and everybody else likes the game, and I'm the only one that's like miserable. Yeah, because like Matt and Jordan liked it, and of course Kent and Courtney, they played it before and liked it, but I'm just like, this is terrible. Like, Adam, go.
Yeah,
save yourself, Adam. Save yourself.
I would have just lost. I think Dice Tower Con was maybe the greatest losing streak of board games I have had in my whole life.
Some of the games I played with you, Adam, I'm like, you okay, man? Like, what's going on over there?
I just had some... Dude, I think the worst was my attempt to punish Courtney in Scythe, and then everybody just completely annihilated me for stretching out too early.
Yeah.
Like, I spread out too early. In that game, you kind of want to cluster and then spread. And I'm like, I'm going to get this objective early, and I just go bonk on Courtney, and then everyone just picked my bones. And I think I had almost negative points in Scythe, which I didn't know was possible. It was like
I did appreciate you guys in Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea, though, because normally I just get wrecked in that game because everybody's like, he's teaching the game, let's kill him. And you guys were just so nice.
yeah, that was
like
a
my
weird.
best game of Heroes of Land, Air, and Sea I've ever played. I mean, as far as like ramping up, like it's a 4X game, so like you got to get your resources and build all your stuff. And normally people don't let you build your stuff. I got to build all the things.
Yeah, that was really Euro-y for a minute there. My whole strategy was to jump on you, but then that guy we were playing with who
Jumped on you first.
yeah, then I just ended up in this weird defense situation where my whole plan. I just had a lot of that happen at Dice Tower Con where I'm like, I have a plan for this, and someone's like, but it was super fun. So
Yeah, what happened to your plan at Champions of Midgard?
That was that was a close game all around though. I didn't get hosed and I lost, but I didn't get hosed.
Yeah.
You just came away at the end like it was ridiculous. That was ridiculous at the end.
Yeah. I love that game.
Awesome.
Yeah, that one. That was tough.
Well, I think we are gonna draw this thing to a close.
No.
Let me get a boo in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. But I am gonna play out the old intro as we leave. I know you guys won't be able to hear it, but everybody else will be able to hear it because I've got it queued up on YouTube here, and I think it's from our first episode, so that's what I've got pulled up. But yeah, thanks everybody for the amazing memories and everybody we've met along the way. Thanks everybody who came on the podcast tonight. Y'all are all awesome. It definitely means a lot having y'all here. And I mean, we invited you because you're basically all repeat guests and people that have meant a lot to Epic Gaming Night along the way. So it's been really awesome to talk to everybody and see everybody. And thanks Matt and Rob for just continuing to stick with me this whole time doing this, making this thing happen. Because I mean, it's been a long run, and it's definitely been awesome the whole time. So thanks guys.
Yeah, this sucks. This sucks a lot, but it's all good. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Me too.
Thank you for inviting me to do this because when we started, I didn't know anything about board games, and now I have a new pit to throw my money into. So that's good.
You're welcome? Question mark.
Yeah. Hang out with Rob and Roy long enough, and your wall will also look like Matt's wall.
Yeah.
Empty.
Yeah, dude, that's what we need is the time lapse of Matt's stack of games.
Oh, yeah.
Single column
The
shelf of
history.
games.
How does
I think it started
How
off
does
with like
Matt-
Telestrations After Dark.
Yeah.
Illustrations After Dark was
Cards
the
Against
first
Humanity.
game? I don't think it was the first game.
Cards Against Humanity, and like a couple of other games. And then it's
Fantasy.
just grown. It's just massively grown. And then Roy and I would name obscure board games on Kickstarter, and Matt would be like, oh yeah, I back that. Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
what?
I back. Oh yeah, that one with the thing? Yeah, I back that too.
Yeah,
Oh, I back
Rob would tell us when he backs games. Matt just secretly backed games, and then they just come in, and we're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh man.
Oh,
All
man.
right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna play the old intro, and
Emerson, don't go anywhere.
and
Yeah, don't go anywhere. Talk about pirates.
It's
And-
not
and then-
pirates.
Toyota Yaris.
and then
Yarr!
after
All right, I'm gonna mute
after
myself.
thing.
Love you guys.
Shiver me timbers!
You're all the best.
I'm gonna mute and listen.
Let me mute myself.
Goodbye. We love you.
Have you ever bought a board game when your spouse said no? Have you ever won a game on an insane dice roll? Have you ever killed a dragon using only chopsticks? Have you ever paid an elf to watch your kids? Can you roll the dice while eating 3 Hot Pockets at the same time? Can you ride a panda across the plains of Doo-Dee Dewey? Can you stop an evil wizard from destroying your village? Can you summon a creature to do your chores? Can you muster the strength to carry a group to victory? Can you be the chosen one all the way up to bedtime? Have you ever dared to say no and betray your alliance? Have you ever accused a friend of being a traitor when it was you all along? Well, we haven't done most of those things either, but we are willing to try. Join us as we explore the world of board gaming and all the crazy things that come with it. Welcome to the Epic Gaming Night Pod.
Bye. Peace.